Beneath the ocean's surface lies a mysterious, largely unexplored world filled with secrets. Over the years, brave divers have uncovered shocking discoveries that challenge our understanding of history and nature. From ancient sunken cities to mysterious shipwrecks, the underwater world captivates and intrigues. What drives these explorers to risk it all? Join us as we reveal the top 20 shocking discoveries made by underwater divers. Number 20. USS Conestoga. In the early 1900s, a 170-foot seagoing tugboat named the USS Conestoga was commissioned for Navy service during World War I. On March 25, 1921, it set sail from California's Mare Island, heading to American Samoa, under the command of Lieutenant Ernest Larkin Jones. Sadly, neither the boat nor its 56 crew members were ever seen again. When the Conestoga failed to reach its destination on time, the U.S. Coast Guard launched a massive air and sea search. This operation was the largest of its kind until the search for Amelia Earhart in 1937. The only clue that surfaced was a lifeboat spotted hundreds of miles off course near Manzanillo, Mexico. For nearly a century, the tugboat's disappearance remained one of the Navy's biggest unsolved mysteries. In 2009, scientists from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration (NOAA) discovered an unidentified wreck 200 feet underwater in the Greater Farallones National Marine Sanctuary. None of its features matched known shipwrecks in the area. It wasn't until 2016, 95 years after the Conestoga vanished, that the team confirmed with certainty that it was the long-lost tugboat. Based on its location, it's clear that the vessel sank within a day of leaving port. The wreck was far from Hawaii or Mexico's Baja California coast, where it was long believed to be. Researchers carefully examined records and analyzed the wreck's features before concluding that it was indeed the Conestoga. Evidence suggested that the tugboat encountered trouble with the barge it was towing. This matched the reports of heavy seas and 40-mile-per-hour winds in the region that day. Number 19. Uluburun Shipwreck. This Turkish shipwreck, discovered off the coast, is not only one of the oldest ever found, but also proof of ancient maritime history. Constructed from wood, a material prone to rapid decay in marine environments, it defied the odds by surviving intact for approximately 16 centuries in the depths of the Mediterranean Sea. The Uluburun shipwreck's remarkable preservation has fascinated archaeologists worldwide, offering a rare glimpse into seafaring practices of antiquity. Despite humanity's earlier exploits in sailing, the Uluburun wreck's age and remarkably well-preserved condition make it a standout archaeological marvel. The extensive excavation efforts spanned over a decade, involving more than 20,000 dives to carefully retrieve the ship and its contents from the seabed. This painstaking process ensured that each artifact recovered could be studied in detail, shedding light on ancient trade routes, craftsmanship, and cultural exchanges of the time. Among the trove of treasures discovered within the ship were exotic items that spoke of extensive trade networks, rare ostrich eggs from Africa, ivory tusks from elephants of distant lands, and exquisitely crafted jewelry of gold, demonstrating the wealth and sophistication of Bronze Age civilizations. The ship itself, frozen in time beneath the waves, became a time capsule awaiting its rediscovery, which finally occurred in the 1980s, marking a pivotal moment in maritime archaeology. Number 18. Thonis Heraclean. It was first spotted by a British RAF pilot flying over Egypt in the 1930s, but it wasn't until 1999 that the ruin's exact location was determined and excavated by French underwater archaeologist Frank Gaudio. In this groundbreaking discovery, Gaudio and his team uncovered a treasure trove of artifacts from ancient Egyptian cities. What they found was extraordinary: an ancient city at the mouth of the Nile River that solved two long-standing mysteries. Thonis and Heraclean, once thought to be two separate ancient settlements, turned out to be the same place. The once grand Egyptian cities of Thonis, Heraclean, and Canopus yielded a wealth of statues, temples, coins, and other incredible relics that had sunk into the sea. Among the discoveries were giant statues of the Egyptian gods Hapi, Osiris, and Isis, as well as a stunningly preserved gravestone that confirmed the city's identity. Gold coins and bronze weights provided insight into the bustling trade that once took place here, showcasing the city's importance as a major port in the Mediterranean. For over 1,000 years, the sea had hidden these cities, keeping their secrets until they were finally brought to light. The ruins revealed a city frozen in time, offering a unique glimpse into the daily lives, religious practices, and commercial activities of the ancient Egyptians. The discovery of Thonis Heraclean not only reshaped our understanding of Egypt's history, but also captured the imagination of people worldwide, proving that some legends are rooted in real, tangible history. Number 17. Queen Anne's Revenge. This remarkable find stands out as one of the few pirate ships ever unearthed. Once commanded by the notorious Edward Teach, better known as Blackbeard, This 18th-century warship was originally French before falling into Blackbeard's hands. Queen Anne's Revenge gained dishonor as the vessel that aided Blackbeard in amassing his legendary pirate treasures. However, in 1718, facing pursuit by the British Navy, Blackbeard was compelled to abandon her off Atlantic Beach, North Carolina. There, she lay undisturbed for over 3 centuries until her rediscovery in 1996. The excavation of Queen Anne's Revenge yielded a trove of over 250,000 artifacts and 30 cannons. Beyond their historical significance, these relics paint a clear picture of the ship's troubled past. What truly captivates historians and enthusiasts alike is the vessel's association with one of history's most notorious pirates. While many sunken ships dot the ocean floor, estimated by the United Nations to number in the millions, few belong to the exclusive club of rediscovered pirate ships. Queen Anne's Revenge, therefore, stands as a rare and cherished member of this select group, offering a tantalizing glimpse into the daring era of piracy on the high seas. Number 16. Esmeralda Shipwreck. In 1498, the Portuguese ship Esmeralda met its tragic end. 5 years after Vasco da Gama became the first European to reach India by sea, he embarked on his second voyage to the subcontinent. During this journey, his fleet encountered a fierce storm. One of the ships, the Esmeralda, sank in the Arabian Sea near the Omani island of Al-Halaniya. Vasco da Gama had intentionally left the Esmeralda and another ship behind to disrupt maritime trade between India and the Red Sea. The Esmeralda's sinking was discovered in 1998, revealing a fascinating historical narrative. When the Esmeralda went down, it took its entire crew with it, including the captain, Vicente Soter, who was Vasco da Gama's uncle. The wreck, shattered in the shallow waters, left behind scant remains of the ship itself. However, the team of researchers who uncovered the site found a treasure trove of artifacts. Among these were ancient firearms, stone cannonballs marked with Soter's initials, and various other weapons. The ship's bell, the oldest ever discovered, was also found among the wreckage. Additionally, the team dug up a rare ghost coin known as an indio, commissioned by King Manuel I of Portugal for trade with India after da Gama's first voyage. This coin is one of only 2 known to exist. The plethora of weapons discovered at the site highlights the brutal and violent nature of Vasco da Gama's expeditions. Now it's time for today's topic. In a jaw-dropping event that has left the world stunned, a group of fishermen off the coast of Japan made an unbelievable catch that no one was supposed to see. While on a routine fishing trip, their net became tangled with something massive and unyielding. At first, they thought it was a large fish or debris, but as they hauled it aboard, they were left speechless. What they pulled up appeared to be a creature straight out of myth, a being that resembled a mermaid. The catch had a long, shimmering tail covered in golden scales, and its upper body bore an uncanny resemblance to a human, complete with flowing hair. The fishermen, initially terrified, captured the moment on camera, knowing no one would believe them otherwise. Experts are now analyzing the footage and images, but the discovery has sparked heated debates. Some claim it's an elaborate hoax or a rare deep-sea creature with human-like features, while others believe it could be evidence of ancient legends being rooted in reality. For now, the fisherman's catch remains a mystery, leaving the world to wonder. Could mermaids truly exist, or is this just another unexplained marvel of the deep? Number 15. Underwater Military Museum. In an effort to draw tourists to Aqaba, Jordanian authorities organized an innovative project, an underwater military museum. In 2019, they carefully arranged 19 retired military vehicles in a strategic formation along the Red Sea's coral reef, approximately 92 feet beneath the surface. The collection features tanks, an ambulance, a military crane, a troop carrier, a combat helicopter, an anti-aircraft battery, and various guns. This ambitious initiative was conceived by the Aqaba Special Economic Zone Authority, which has embraced wreck diving as a means to entice visitors. The tradition of deliberately sinking vehicles has deep roots in Jordanian culture, influenced significantly by the royal family's enduring passion for diving, spanning generations. The genesis of this underwater museum can be traced back to 1985, when the late King Hussein ordered the deliberate sinking of the Spanish cargo vessel Cedar Pride. Previously marred by an accidental hull breach in 1982, the ship had languished as a half-submerged eyesore until the king's decision sent it gracefully to the seabed. A second deliberate sinking followed in 1999, featuring an anti-aircraft tank off Aqaba's shores. Additionally, the museum boasts a selection of submerged airplanes, a landing boat, and a crane barge. For enthusiasts of submerged artifacts, Aqaba promises a unique and compelling destination to explore this fascinating collection of waterlogged vehicles and marine history. Number 14. 2,000-year-old shipwreck pill. Off the coast of Tuscany, Italy, A 2,000-year-old Roman shipwreck known as the Relitto del Pozzino has revealed a stunning and almost unbelievable discovery: 5 perfectly preserved medicinal pills tucked inside a sealed tin. This shipwreck, found near the ancient Etruscan city of Populonia, turned out to be a treasure trove of Roman-era artifacts, including bronze jugs, lamps, and glass bowls. Thanks to incredible footage captured by a diver, we can now witness this extraordinary discovery that might have otherwise seemed like a story. Among the most fascinating finds were 136 wooden drug vials, a surgery hook, a mortar, and several tin vessels. What made these discoveries particularly astonishing was that the tins were still sealed, preserving their contents for over 2 millennia. But the surprises didn't end there. Researchers conducted a chemical analysis of the pills and found ingredients such as zinc compounds, iron oxide, starch, beeswax, pine resin, and plant-derived materials. Historical records and consultations with physicians led them to conclude that the pills were likely used as eye medicine. This remarkable discovery offers a rare glimpse into the medical practices of ancient Rome, highlighting the treatments and remedies used by people of that era. Number 13. Apollo Moon Rocket Engines. The Apollo moon landing is one of the most celebrated events in United States history. However, during the late 1960s and early 1970s, multiple Apollo rockets were launched to circle the Earth. After these launches, the engines that powered the first stages of the boosters were released and dropped to the bottom of the ocean. For decades, these engines were lost, mingling with the assorted bottom feeders and other deep-sea marine life. It was widely believed that these engines were lost forever, given the vast expanse of the ocean. Then came Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos, who, for reasons unknown, decided to find these engines. Whether he had a passion for Apollo moon rocket engines or simply did it because he could, Bezos spent millions on a privately funded search to locate these lost relics. In 2012, the parts were found. After being hauled up from the ocean floor, they underwent 2 years of restoration before finally being put on display at the Museum of Flight in Seattle. Finding these rocket engines in the depths of the ocean is truly amazing, and the fact that they are now on display for all to see is pretty cool too. They represent a significant part of a monumental step for mankind. Number 12. Ghost Fleet of Truk Lagoon. This lagoon once served as a home for Japan's Imperial Fleet during the war. However, it became the target of Operation Hailstone, a devastating Allied bombing campaign that left the fleet in ruins. Today, Truk Lagoon is a treasure trove of history, home to hundreds of Japanese aircraft and other military relics. It's a mecca for wreck divers, offering a unique chance to explore these sunken ships. Diving here is like stepping back in time, as many of the ships remain just as they were left, forgotten by the world until Jacques Cousteau's 1969 film, Lagoon of Lost Ships, brought attention to this eerie sight. The wrecks not only testify to the brutality of war but also to the resilience of nature. Over time, vibrant glowing reefs have formed around the sunken vessels, creating a stunning underwater landscape. However, diving in Truk Lagoon can be risky due to the deteriorating condition of the wrecks and the presence of old fuel and oil leaking into the water. Despite these dangers, Truk Lagoon remains a popular destination for adventurous divers eager to explore this underwater museum of history. The site is so extraordinary that, if a diver didn't capture images, many would struggle to believe such a place exists. Number 11. Giant tube worms. In the harshest corners of our planet, deep-sea volcanoes stand as one of the most unwelcoming places on Earth. Life here is a constant battle against the crushing pressure of the deep ocean, the burning heat from the volcanoes, and the toxic substances they spew. When researchers explored the hydrothermal vents near the Galapagos Islands in 1977, they were stunned to find a bizarre and completely new creature. These were the giant tube worms, strange invertebrates that can grow up to 2 meters tall. These tube worms thrive in an environment that seems almost alien, enduring massive amounts of sulfur and temperatures reaching hundreds of degrees Celsius. Unlike most organisms that rely on sunlight and photosynthesis, giant tube worms survive through a process called chemosynthesis. This is where bacteria living inside the worms convert the toxic chemicals from the vents into organic molecules that nourish their host. The worms' red feathers, which are often the first visible sign of their presence, are rich in hemoglobin, allowing them to efficiently transport oxygen in an environment where it is scarce. Their discovery was groundbreaking as it demonstrated the existence of complex life forms in complete darkness miles below the ocean's surface. Number 10. Bimini Road. Underwater isn't the first place you'd think of finding a road, but that's exactly what was found near North Bimini Island in the Bahamas. This road, made up of rectangular limestone blocks, left everyone puzzled about its origins. The discovery sparked intrigue and a bit of conspiracy theory. Many people believe that the Bimini Road could be linked to the legendary lost city of Atlantis. In fact, Bimini Road, or the Bimini Wall as it's sometimes called, is a favorite piece of evidence for those who believe in Atlantis. The rectangular rocks look like they've been deliberately arranged, leading some to suggest that this road once led to the mythical city. The road was discovered on September 2, 1968, by 3 divers, Joseph Valentine, Jacques Mayol, and Robert Angove. Interestingly, the road is submerged in water that's only 18 feet deep, adding another layer of mystery to this already fascinating find. Number 9. Baltic Sea Anomaly. The Baltic Sea Anomaly is an intriguing story that began in 2011 when a Swedish diving team called Ocean X discovered something unusual on the floor of the Baltic Sea. Using sonar technology, they captured an image of a large circular object around 200 feet in diameter, which seemed to be of unnatural origin. This sparked wild speculation in the media, with some suggesting it could be a sunken UFO. However, many experts believe that the anomaly is actually a natural geological formation. Geologists who analyzed samples from the site found rocks typical of the region, suggesting they were most likely deposited there by icebergs during the Ice Age. Some scientists even proposed that the circular shape could be a drumlin, a type of hill formed by glacial action. Despite these explanations, the mystery of the Baltic Sea anomaly continues to captivate people's imaginations. Some have criticized the quality of the sonar image, suggesting it may not accurately represent the object. Others have questioned the motives of the diving team, noting their plans to take wealthy tourists to visit the site in a submarine. In the end, whether the Baltic Sea anomaly is a natural formation or something more mysterious remains open to debate. One thing is certain, though, if they hadn't captured it, no one would have believed it. Number 8. Prehistoric Cemetery. In 2016, while searching for megalodon teeth along Florida's Gulf Coast near Venice, a diver stumbled upon something peculiar. Amidst the prehistoric cemetery, he found a barnacle-covered object that he couldn't identify. His curiosity got the better of him, so he decided to keep it. Later, he realized it was a human jawbone. He immediately informed the state's archaeology department, and the artifact was handed over to Ryan Duggins. Ryan Duggins, noticing unusual wear and tear on the teeth that modern teeth don't usually have, decided to investigate further. He and his colleagues visited the dive site and soon uncovered more human bones. These remains were located about 300 yards from the shore at a depth of 21 feet. The bones appeared to be from a prehistoric Native American cemetery. During the last ice age, Florida's coastline extended much further than it does today. Rising sea levels over thousands of years have significantly reduced the state's size, submerging many ancient settlements. Experts dated this particular burial site to around 7,000 years ago, a time when hunter-gatherer tribes in Florida were beginning to form more permanent villages. Duggins shared with National Geographic his hopes that this discovery would inspire researchers to consider the possibility of more submerged prehistoric sites waiting to be uncovered. Number 7. Lost Mahabalipuram. The 7 pagodas are part of an ancient Hindu legend about a man named Hiranyakashipu, who was punished for not having faith in Vishnu, one of the most revered and powerful gods in Hinduism. According to the story, to honor the god, for centuries Mahabalipuram was hidden in mystery and believed to be the home of these mythical pagodas, which were said to have been constructed by the divine architect Vishwakarma. For many years, people thought these pagodas were just part of a legend, their glory lost to time and tide. However, this changed dramatically in 2004 during the catastrophic Indian Ocean earthquake and tsunami. As the tsunami waves retreated, they temporarily revealed structures that had long been submerged. Witnesses on the beach saw the legendary pagodas emerge from the depths as the tsunami pulled back the water and silt from the shore. After the disaster, archaeologists and divers rushed to investigate this astonishing sight. They discovered 2 submerged temples which had been hidden beneath the waves for centuries. These temples, adorned with intricate carvings and statues, were part of a larger complex that hinted at the existence of more structures yet to be uncovered. The discovery sparked a renewed interest in Mahabalipuram's history and its connection to the Pallava dynasty, which ruled the region during the 7th and 8th centuries. Number 6. Turtle Graveyard. In the vast expanse of the ocean, creatures meet their end daily, typically returning to the ecosystem through natural decomposition. However, the discovery of a turtle graveyard in 2019 drew profound attention. Captured through the lens of photographer Joshua Vergara during a Malaysian vacation on Sipadan Island, these haunting images resonated deeply. This underwater graveyard was initially documented by Captain Jacques Cousteau, the renowned ocean explorer, back in the 1980s. The graveyard's strange attraction stems from the tragic fate of turtles captured within a cavern, unable to navigate back to the surface for air. Instead, they found their final resting place deep within the cave's shadows. Located in the Indian Ocean, this unique site, dubbed the Turtle Tomb of Sipadan, stands alone as the world's sole known turtle graveyard. The discovery suggests that these gentle creatures became disoriented in the cave's darkness, peacefully surrendering to the underwater depths. Number 5. Antikythera mechanism. The Antikythera shipwreck holds one of the most unique underwater discoveries that continues to intrigue people, the Antikythera mechanism. This shipwreck was found in 1900 near the Greek island of Antikythera, which is how it got its name. The ship was filled with valuable treasures like coins, statues, and various other artifacts. Everything you'd expect from an ancient sunken ship. However, it also had something quite extraordinary, a peculiar device now known as the Antikythera mechanism. Often referred to as the world's first computer, this device dates back to the 4th century BC and is incredibly intricate with numerous mysterious gears. Since its discovery, the mechanism has been extensively studied by historians and scientists, leaving many puzzled. The general belief is that the Antikythera mechanism was probably used as a device to track the movements of the sun and moon, possibly to predict eclipses. Yet, due to its complexity, its exact purpose remains unknown. Moreover, the wreck was left unexplored before it could be fully examined, leading historians to advocate for a return to the site. The Return to Antikythera project is currently in progress, with hopes that further exploration might provide more insights or perhaps even more mysteries. In any case, this strange and unexplained device remains one of the most fascinating and perplexing discoveries ever made underwater. Number 4. Underwater ruins of lost Roman city. A team of archaeologists, hailing from Tunisia and Italy, recently unearthed a remarkable find beneath the waves off the Tunisian coast, an ancient Roman city known as Neapolis. This submerged city, thought to have succumbed to a powerful tsunami in the 4th century AD, had long remained a mystery, its existence barely recorded due to its allegiance to Carthage over Rome during a pivotal war. The quest to locate Neapolis began in 2010, a decade-long pursuit that culminated in a momentous discovery. The archaeologists carefully uncovered scattered streets, imposing monuments, and traces of a highly developed urban center. Among the findings were over 100 tanks used for producing garum, a prized Roman fish sauce, hinting at Neapolis' role as a significant garum producer, a trade that likely enriched its elite inhabitants. Originally established by the Phoenicians in the 9th century BC, Neapolis later flourished under Roman rule, contributing to the empire's cultural and economic landscape. This newfound insight into Neapolis not only illuminates its historical importance within the Roman world, but also underscores its enduring legacy as a hub of innovation and prosperity in ancient times. Number 3. Mermaid. Imagine stumbling upon a mysterious discovery, an ancient site deep beneath the ocean's surface. There lies a skeletal figure resembling a mermaid, its long curly brownish hair flowing mysteriously in the water. Astonishingly, a diver captures the strange scene on camera, a moment so extraordinary it defies belief. The skeleton rests within a submerged coffin, surrounded by a flurry of activity, curious onlookers, journalists, and scientists, all striving to document this unprecedented find. Some experts speculated that the coffin's design and materials could date back centuries, possibly linking it to ancient maritime cultures. Others pointed out the uncanny resemblance of the skeleton to depictions of mermaids in folklore, fueling debates about whether myths could have some basis in reality. Adding to the intrigue, the surrounding area was littered with unusual artifacts, including what appeared to be tools or ornaments of unknown origin. The discovery site itself, located in a deep trench, was so remote and difficult to access that it raised questions about how such a burial could have occurred in the first place. The presence of onlookers with their cameras hints at the magnitude of this discovery. Could this skeleton truly be evidence of a mythical creature, a real-life mermaid long thought to exist only in tales, or does a more logical explanation await discovery? As the world ponders this unearthly sight, the mystery deepens, inviting us to reconsider what we know about myth, legend, and the hidden depths of our oceans. Number 2. Christ of the Abyss. In 1965, something incredible happened off the coast of Key Largo, Florida, in John Pennekamp State Park. A massive 9-foot-tall bronze statue of Christ was placed 25 feet underwater. Known as the Christ of the Abyss, this statue is the third of its kind, cast from the original Italian mold. The story begins in 1954 when the first statue, called Il Cristo degli Abissi, was submerged in the Mediterranean Sea off the Italian Riviera. This statue was created to honor those who had lost their lives at sea and to pay tribute to the brave souls who continue to dive beneath the waves. In 1961, a second statue made from the same mold was gifted by Italy and placed off the coast of St. George's, Grenada. Then, in 1965, the third statue found its home in the waters of Key Largo, becoming a beloved underwater attraction. This awe-inspiring statue stands among vibrant coral reefs, with its outstretched arms offering a blessing to the ocean depths. Scuba divers can see the top of the statue, which sits just 8 to 10 feet below the surface, while divers can swim up close and witness its impressiveness firsthand. The Christ of the Abyss has become a must-see for underwater adventurers and a testament to the beauty and mystery of the ocean. Number 1. Cold case cars. In 2013, 2 vintage cars from the 1970s were discovered in Foss Lake, Oklahoma, revealing a startling discovery. Initially presumed stolen, both vehicles contained more than anticipated. The first car, a 1969 Camaro, held the remains of a group of teenagers missing since the late 1970s. In another vehicle, an older Chevrolet, were the bodies of 3 individuals reported missing in 1969. The discovery shocked the local community, as these cases had haunted the area for decades, with families and friends left wondering what had happened. Investigators noted that the vehicles were found close to a boat ramp, suggesting they may have accidentally driven into the lake on dark, foggy nights. Adding to the mystery, some locals recalled rumors of reckless driving and late-night parties near the lake during that era. The condition of the cars, heavily corroded and covered in silt, hinted at how long they had been hidden beneath the water's surface. Years of investigation eventually linked each car to separate missing persons cases, shedding light on decades-old mysteries. The recovery of these cars from the lake's depths marked a pivotal moment, offering closure to families who had long awaited answers. Despite this breakthrough, questions linger about how the cars ended up submerged in the lake. While some speculate it was a tragic accident caused by dangerous roads, others suspect foul play. Investigators remain determined to unravel the truth behind these puzzling disappearances, hoping to provide closure not just to families, but to the memory of those lost in the depths of Foss Lake. Which of these top 20 shocking underwater discoveries do you find the most fascinating? Share your thoughts and comments below.